closer. Yeah. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Frontera's YouTube channel. My name is Felicia Farley. I'm the Marketing and Fundraising Coordinator, and with me today I have Krista Bach. She is one of our licensed professional counselors, as well as a licensed chemical dependency counselor. We have a special presentation today about mastering your mind, followed by a live Q&A session with Krista that you can ask any questions you may have. If you're unsure as to whether you're watching live, look at the top corner of your screen, and if you see the red live icon, then we are live. If not, you are viewing the replay. And you can still drop your questions or comments in the chat, and we will get back to you. Let me get us shared. My mouse isn't working. Sorry, guys. Full screen present. Alrighty. So Wellness Uncorked is brought to you in partnership with the Texas Wine Auction and Frontera Healthcare. With grant funding from the Texas Wine Auction, we have been able to launch this initiative program to bring free group counseling classes, educational seminars, health fairs, and more to individuals who work within the hospitality, service, and retail industries, as well as their families. At this time, I'm going to turn the show over to Krista so we can get started.
Hi, and good morning. Welcome to March. Today's session is going to be on what is cognitive behavioral therapy, or what us counselors refer to as CBT. As you can see here, I have a definition, but when we talk about CBT, what it is in a nutshell, CBT is a type of psychotherapy that helps people change their thinking, that can lead to changing your beliefs so that they're able to, or are able to encourage changing in behaviors to help manage mental health issues. It is one of the most common and effective forms of therapy. CBT treatment involves change in thinking patterns. So when we talk about changing our thinking patterns, it doesn't happen instantly, but over time. So if you look at the examples on here, you must first identify the negative thought patterns that may be contributing to the problem. You have to be willing to challenge those negative thoughts, like questioning and finding evidence to support them. You have to develop new ways of thinking, or focus on the positive, and learn some self-help strategies or practical strategies to improve your quality of life. This involves somewhat of a mind-body-spirit connection. So CBT also involves efforts to change behavioral patterns. Some strategies here can be facing one's fears instead of avoiding them, using role play, so engaging in problematic interactions, possibly even confrontation, and I know many of us are uncomfortable with that, to work through the negative patterns and beliefs and behaviors that we're engaging in, and also forcing yourself to calm your mind and find peace. Okay, so many of us don't realize our cognitive distortions, and cognitive distortions play a part in what we work on with CBT. We have ways of thinking that aren't working for us. So cognitive distortions, they can affect how our thoughts, how we are thinking, how our thoughts are controlling us, and how we live our daily life. I want you to look over some of these cognitive distortions that I have and see how many of you can relate to them. As you can see, there are numerous. You go from magnification and minimization, catastrophizing, overgeneralization, magical thinking, personalization, jumping to conclusions. Also mind reading, fortune telling, emotional reasoning, disqualifying the positive, and should statements. And that's only just some. Believing and practicing these can ultimately steal our joy, and we need joy in our life. Now, I know I went through those really fast. When we finish the presentation, go back through, take a look at each one, even some of the examples, and see which one you might be defaulting to see if you can start working on changing. Once we're aware of what they are, we can work on how to change them. So, combating the distortions. I mean, it's easy for me to tell you about the distortions, but what do we do with them? So, here we have cognitive restructuring and reframing, which basically is looking at what we're thinking about or the negative thought pattern and reframing what that thought is. So, if we're thinking, oh, I'm not a very good friend, thinking, I am a good friend, or in the times when I struggle to be a good friend, what are the reasons that keep me from being the best kind of friend to this person that I have a relationship with? There's guided discovery, exposure therapy, journaling. You can journal your thoughts, journal all different parts like gratitude versus the thoughts that we have that are holding us back. Actively scheduling and behavior activation, behavioral experiments, relaxation and stress reduction techniques, such as yoga or even breathing techniques, and role playing, practicing something before you actually engage in it, and then successive approximation. All of these we talk about in therapy, we practice in therapy, and they help us work through those negative thought patterns. So CBT is not a one size fits all. And I want to really focus on this because CBT therapists and most licensed professional counselors are CBT therapists, emphasize what's going on in a person's current life rather than what's led up to the difficulties. A certain amount of information is about one's history, and then we focus primarily on moving forward in time to develop more effective ways of coping with life. CBT places an emphasis on helping individuals learn to be their own therapists. So once you learn the techniques, you can sit back and practice them on your own and make them your way of life. That's ultimately the goal of CBT.
All righty. Thank you, Krista, for being our presenter today. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat now and we'll take your questions. If you like what you heard today or have a request for a future topic, please feel free to leave your comments in the chat as well. We would love to hear from you. All righty. Are you ready to begin your mental health journey? If you would like further information on the Wellness Uncorked program or to schedule an appointment with one of our licensed professional counselors, please contact us by calling 325-597-0102 or visit fronterahn.org. Frontera offers counseling services in person and virtually. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you never miss a notification when we go live and to learn more about the importance of mental health.